how can I transition from my operations career to a digital market? Is it even possible?
Um, I think what I would say, if you are not in the marketing field, then you will need to identify what are you doing in your field that would fit in the marketing. I don't know, because I don't think everyone should be a marketer again. Because I feel like there are people who are just best suited to be an administrator or a clerk or so if you're in your field, before you shift to a marketing career, you will need to identify what are you doing right now, and what is your strength in the area that you're doing right now. Like, for example, if you're in operations, I've done operations before. I know that there are a number of things that you get to do in operations. And one of the things that I know is communication and coordination. You have a lot of performance monitoring where you check at the staff, what is their key performing indicators, what is making the company to be able to generate indirectly. You're the one who does that because you follow up, especially if you're in the companies that are dealing with manufacturing or schools. An operation manager is always given such kind of duties. You have some key performing indicators, and for you to communicate with the different departments, because it's like you check about everything is operation in all the departmental areas. Then if you are in that and you are good at that, then you as a person, your end goal should be to be in the area in marketing that would focus on that, focusing on performance or focusing on communication. Are you the one, even if you, let's say you decide I'm going to be a social media manager, like you're going to be the one who will be communicating to the clients and the staff. You're the one who's going to be coordinating to ensure that whatever the client has said is well communicated to the people who are going to handle the graphics. You're good, the people, because now there you might not be able to do everything. You might have to think of how can I be, how can I get clients, and those clients that I get to social media manage them. I can be able to get a graphic designer to do that for me. I can be able to get a video editor to do that for me. So my work is to sell to the client to ensure that we will be able to deliver to you this and this and this, and then now talk to the people to give them clear communication. This is what the client wants, and then you should be able to deliver a poster or a video that does this. So if you are in your field right now, you need to understand what am I good at, or what am I doing in my job description that will fit in the current marketing field. As you do your research, you'll be able to identify, oh, even marketing has decision making. If let's say you're not going to be a social media manager, you could be just a digital marketer, but now you're focusing on websites, but you're not the website designer, but you're the one who will talk to the client, you listen to them, you say, oh, these are your problems, okay, I think this is what we can do for you. Then you go and get a web developer and you tell him, this is what I would want. So you just like acting like a medium, or a communication person, but to ensure that whatever communication is given from this side and this side is in line or is aligned. So I think that is what we need to do. Just identify what is your area, and then how you can be able to fit, whether it's any kind of job that you're doing. But again, if you're not, you don't have to be a marketer. You just have to find from what you do. Don't think of just going to marketing because it's the current thing. That's a one.
Mhm. Yeah, thank you, Vicky. And again, it's true. Not all of us should be marketers because sometimes people want to change careers because of the money, and I would say that it might not be the right approach because you will also be frustrated because as a start, if you think digital, your career, maybe in ops or in tech is not lucrative. You have not tried marketing because a lot of
Yes.
marketers out here are also struggling with clients. And like you said, I really hope that it's not being because you're seeing a lot of influencers out there, and
Yeah.
you think people who are influencers or content creators, because sometimes people imagine influencers are also digital marketers.
Yeah.
And if your view is because you're seeing a lot of that, I guess I understand because there's a lot of flashiness out here in social media. And I was even looking at the statistics. There was a survey done in 2021 in the US where young people between the ages of 13 and 17 were asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? And a lot of the guys or the gents who were asked, the number two career people wanted to be was to be a YouTuber or a streamer. So it is something that a lot of young people are aspiring, because they see a lot of YouTubers, the big YouTubers like Mr. Beast. And then if you're also been online, Vicky, you've also noticed a lot of gaming companies or a lot of streaming companies. I think this one is called Tech. I think it's called Tech. Another one, I forget the name. But they're also seeing Speed. This young guy called Speed. He's also a streamer. So people are seeing, hey, Speed is able to travel the whole world. He's meeting influential people like presidents and prime ministers, and they're like, I also want to do that. So a lot of young men, actually, it was the number two career choice for young men. And the first one, which was quite interesting, was to be an athlete. Again, you know why? Because a lot of athletes are also influencers. Ronaldo, LeBron James, Kipchoge. So people are thinking, wow, I don't even have to study. I can just be very good at this. A lot of the bodybuilders are also very big influencers. So it was quite interesting to see that was actually something that young people want to do. And gamers, again, Vicky, remember when we talked about Microsoft being big in the gaming space? It's because the young guys are also aspiring to be gamers. Why? Because gaming has also been has also come out to be a very lucrative career for young guys, and you can do that. But again, back to the story. If you want to transition to any career, usually it will be very hard. We have to be honest that it's usually very hard to transition than to grow in your career, but it is not impossible. It is, you will just be doing you will just have to work 2 times harder than somebody who is maybe a junior marketer trying to be a senior marketer. So, and what I've experienced is, if you're trying to transition to a career, the first of all, you have to be ready is to start from the bottom. Some people want to transition, but they're not ready to get rid of their ego, which is, I'm a senior officer or I'm a manager doing business development. What are you telling me that I have to be to start afresh to be a cybersecurity expert? It works like that. Nobody is going to pay you to experiment on their business, and you have to be willing to start on that. So if you're trying to start a career in digital marketing, it is not impossible, but just follow that path that we said earlier. Learn a tool, get better at it, be patient, because just your operational experience might be good if you're looking for employment, and you can say, I have good interpersonal skills, but those are skills everybody can claim they have. So you have to be very good at a tool, and it can take you, realistically speaking, if you want to transition to a career, usually it will take you 1 to 2 years. Some people do it in 6 months, but the first 6 months are usually just learning. Then the other 6 months are now trying to apply what you're learning to actually building tools, building a proof of concept, and proof of your work. And then the other year is now looking for jobs and getting entry level. For you to be now in a place where you're okay, I'd say, realistically speaking, give yourself 1 to 2 years for you to transition from your career. It doesn't even have to be operations. It can be you're a tech person who wants to now become a YouTuber. Again, 1 to 2 years. In fact, by this, people think that YouTubing is not a career. With this modern age, you can be a YouTuber as a career, but again, you have to be keen about the location, and that's something maybe we can talk about in a different podcast.
Yeah, and I think even the reason why I keep saying research, because through your research you'll be able to know that what you think is easy is not easy. Like when you look at digital marketing, social media, video,
even influencing is not easy.
You look at a video, a YouTuber, and you find, this seems to be easy. I just need to sit behind the camera and do videos. You'll be surprised the number of the workload that is involved for you to be able to get that content that you see out there. So just even true. As you think of transitioning, you think of, you need to be ready with speed, and also that it's not going to be as easy as you think.
And you should know that there's this rule of thumb, for every one big YouTuber, there are hundreds of thousands that are struggling.
Yes.
And then also, the easier it is to join an industry, the harder it is to grow in that industry. So if you think maybe I can transition to digital marketing because I don't need a degree, then imagine how many other people, how many people are in that space or in that school of thought that are saying, okay, now I can just be a digital marketer. Everybody For
Yes.
if you, even young guys still in school want to be digital marketers. So yeah, two things, that for everyone, one big YouTuber, for everyone Mr. Beast, there are millions of other small beasts. For every one, for every career that has a low barrier to entry, then it also has a lot of competition, and rising to the top is also harder than a career maybe that would require a lot of skills. Yeah.